It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Monday, and we are sending you into the magic. Now, before we do get cooking, though, remember that Woolies, along with the Gift of the Givers, have teamed up to distribute food care packs to families in need. And now, of course, each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, if you'd like to get involved, of course, just scan the code on the screen with the SnapScan app or your banking app on your mobile phone and donate today. It's as simple as that, and it costs nothing, as little as 10 Rand to make that huge difference. And of course, any donation will help and will make a big difference in so many people's lives. Now, to the good stuff. Bobotie is South African family favorite that is part of our history and heritage going back many, many years, and I can definitely remember it in my kitchen at home. And Bobotie consists of spiced beef, mince, and raisins topped with a creamy custard. That sounds good. And of course, Chef Clem is putting a spin on this Cape Malay culinary by making a classic Bobotie Tart served with chutney. Perfect for those meat lovers. Clem.
Can I change the name of the dish?
Please, please,
I
spice
didn't
it
bake
up.
you a cake, right? But if I had to bake you a cake, I wouldn't bake you a flour, sugar, egg cake. No, because you need a beef cake, don't you?
You feel
need a beef cake. This is Ryle's birthday cake. We're going to find some candles, we're going to sort you out. But honestly, this is a birthday cake you'd actually like.
This is, Clem, I appreciate that so much. You know all the boxes that need to be ticked, and you've done so, man. So apart from the candles, let's get this thing going, bro.
For sure. Okay, the first thing I started doing is cooking down my onions. And that's a very important part of it. Whenever you're making any dish, it's very important, like a stew, soup, curry, Bobotie like this, you want to cook your onions down. There's a lot of flavor you can develop from onions when you actually cook it low and slow, and you let the onions naturally caramelize. A good tip is to actually add a little bit of salt to it. The salt draws out the moisture of the onions, so they kind of like start losing the extra moisture and steaming in that as they soften, which is a great tip. So do that, definitely.
You don't lose the sweetness on that, because that's a high priority for me.
Yeah, you develop the sweetness, which is really great.
I like that.
So then,
I like that.
Daily difference, we're all about the daily difference, and right now, mince is everything right now in daily difference, and it's one of the most versatile ingredients you get. Burgers, hit me with some mince recipes.
Burgers, sausage rolls, small burgers.
Small burgers! Big burgers, little burgers, round burgers, square burgers, burgers. I dig that, that's so small.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Okay, you and I should totally do that quiz thing together.
No, we will happily fail. Name three things that something would wear. Something big, something small, something medium. Horrible, bro. We'd be horrible.
Okay, I accept that. Okay, so onions are looking beautiful, looking delicious. We can hit it with some garlic, and then we can hit it with some bay leaves. I like bay leaves on top. That's a decoration. It's traditional. But whenever I cook onions, I always add a bit of bay leaves. It just adds like a beautiful aroma to it. So that's gonna...
It definitely makes it so authentic, Clem, I must say. Nostalgia coming back in the kitchen here, obviously from these smells already, but those bay leaves are something that I would always try to hide from in the dish at the end. I know it has all that flavor, but you'd always have that random little leaf that you bite into, and I'm like, Mom, what is this? Why are you putting leaves in here? Little did I know how much flavor it actually had, and you cannot do without it in dishes.
Absolutely.
It's like part of that Malay culture.
You need that flavor in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you add that beautiful mince to your pan, you're just gonna break it up slightly. Here's what I like about Bobotie and the other recipe we're gonna make later, which is a mince curry. Normally we add our mince first and brown our mince off the kind of like seals. It gets a nice crust. With the Bobotie, with the mince curry, you kind of want to melt the mince into the sauce. And I learned that. I did some research on it. This is the one time you kind of want to just let the meat relax into the sauce. So, and making the meat sauce.
It bask in the ambiance of the sweet, savory onion.
For sure. We can hit it with that spice blend. Yes, I mean, if you want to bath me in a pool of onions. Not really, no. But anyway, another tradition, raisins going in. So I like adding the raisins at this point, so they can kind of suck up, and as they're going to start hydrating as soon as I add a liquid to it. But then they kind of get flavored with the curry spice as well, which I really love. Some people don't. Originally when I was younger, I didn't like the raisins in Bobotie. Now I completely understand it. That bit of sweet pop that you get with the curry spice, it's everything.
And it just breaks everything up and gives you extra balance. Guys, so much going into this little infusion, but of course, once again, if you want to get some recipe inspiration, some of these crazy tips, head over to theexpressoshow.com, where we will be serving you with this Nature Boy-inspired
birthday cake
fusion, I'd say. It's my birthday cake.
Your birthday cake.
My Bobotie birthday cake.
So I added some liquid to the pan over there. I'm going to cook it down now, so like almost all of the moisture disappears. And the reason I want that, I kind of want the flavor to intensify, so I like dilute it first and then concentrate the flavors on the meat. So it's got all the beautiful flavor. What I'm going to do now is also, I've got some bread. add a little bit of milk to it, took the crust off, and I've kind of like puffed up the bread with that milk.
What's wrong with the crust?
The crust is perfectly fine. Some people add the crust. You can. Okay. I mean, actually, you know what? Yes, what's wrong with the crust?
Yeah, man, I'm discriminating here, my bread.
All I'm saying to you, Raul, is you change a traditional recipe. The Omas will line up a mile away to come after you.
This is true. This is true. Don't ever attempt to cook a cultural dish, especially in the Malay culture.
And then you change it.
Yeah, and change it. Oh, you're changing history right there. You're changing family tradition. Don't you dare.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Another traditional ingredient, chutney going in. So you're gonna mix it all up. Then what I like to do is I like to let this rest for a bit and kind of just give the mince and that bread a chance to all come together. And then once that happens, you're good to go. So this is the filling. What I've done to switch it up a little bit and make it a little different is I've taken phyllo pastry and I've lined a spring
naughty, you naughty.
It's just something so different. We're taking a traditional recipe and we're modifying it. Just pop that over there, fill it up. And this is such a great dish, like for entertaining. I mean, we're not entertaining right now, but I mean.
You're entertaining me, Clem.
It's for you. We're celebrating. We're celebrating. So you top it. We're gonna make a simple custard. Let me just grab another bowl quickly, which is just cream and eggs. And that's the traditional layer that goes over the top.
Ah, of course, yes. This gives that little pizzazz look.
A little bit of pizzazz, you got it right. So free-range eggs going in. Throw the whole egg in. It's a new recipe. Throw the whole egg in. It's a new recipe.
Extra crunch and fiber.
Extra crunch. And yeah, texture's everything when you're cooking. So make sure you get as much eggshell.
in that shell as well, if you dare.
Okay, cool. A little bit of cream going in there. Give it a good mix with a little bit of salt. And this is going to be the custard that goes over. But basically, all you're doing now, making that custard, pouring it over, dotting it with a few bay leaves. It goes to the oven for about 35 minutes. What you're trying to do now is just cook that custard. Everything else is already cooked. The pastry's been blind baked.
That is a wow.
This is something so traditional, but then you set it up a level by just serving it as
savory.
A birthday cake for young Raul. Happy birthday!
Yeah!
That's how we do.
Thank you so much for my Bobotie-inspired birthday cake, guys. Of course, head over to Espresso Show if you want to make one of these and celebrate this week. And yeah, I think I'm ready to celebrate this birthday.
Go for it.
Let's head over to Graham and catch up with some Springbok legends and see what they've been up to. Cheers.